Hey, what's up mga bis? Kamusta kayong lahat? So for this video, pag-usapan naman natin ay tungkol sa limits of trigonometric functions. How are we gonna solve limits of trigonometric functions? And before that, I would like to share the limit of sin x over x as x approaches 0. Alright? Magagamit natin yung concept na to, yung theorem na to as we progress on solving some trigonometric functions, the limit. Now, basically, ang concept nito guys, when you have the limit of sin x over x as x approaches 0, take note guys only 0 when x is approaching 0, the value would be equal to 1. Likewise, kahit binaliktad mo yan, x over sin x, you would get the value of 1. So basically, ang concept nito guys, dapat yung argument ng trigonometric function na sin, yung argument ng sin should be the same, yung dito, should be the same dito sa baba. So kahit 7x yan, tapos 7x rin sa baba, you have the answer which is 1. No, same here, x over sin x, you also have the answer as 1. So let's go, try solving some. Alright, before anything guys, since we are solving trigonometric functions, kailangan ulit natin dito ng trigonometric identity. So it's a must na dapat na master natin or na memorize, or at least we have some notes over there to solve problems like here. Alright, so let's start. Problem number 29, page 18. Sabi dito, sin a squared over a squared. Basically, guys, ang sagot niyan is 1. Kasi nga, sabi natin, kapag same yung argument dito, tsaka yung denominator, you have the value which is 1. O, diba? Ang dali. Next, number 23 naman. Again, kinuha ko yung mga problems po dito sa book ni LOVE RAINVILLE, no? The calculus book. So, let's solve for this. Now, mostly guys, mostly kapag nagbibigay sila ng limits ng trigonometric functions, indeterminate na indeterminate yan. When we say indeterminate, kapag in-evaluate natin to, magiging 0 over 0 yan. At most cases, pero hindi lahat. So, for, kung nagmamadali ka, kung kulang yung time, you can now proceed on fixing this thing. Pero kung it needs a proper solution, then let's do the proper solution. So, first and foremost, isubstitute muna natin yung 0 dito sa ating mga theta. So, that's tangent 0 over sine of 2 times 0 is basically 0, guys. So, evaluate natin. Dapat, kailangan, guys, para mas mapabilis, mas lalo kung hindi allowed yung calculator kapag quizzes or exams, you need to know how to evaluate the tangent 0, sine 0. So, yeah, yung mga ganong parts. Alright, so tangent 0 guys is basically 0 and sine 0 is 0 guys. So 0 over 0, we know that that's what we call the indeterminate form. Alright, indeterminate ibig sabihin we need to do something out here. Kapag tinype nyo to sa calculator, math error yun guys. Sa mundo ng limits, yung math error, it means two things. It's either infinity or indeterminate. For this case, this is indeterminate. Now, kailangan nating i-manipulate, what do you call that, manipulate, to do something out here, simplify dito sa ating function para hindi siya maging indeterminate kasi hindi pwedeng sagot yung indeterminate. Alright? So, what we need to do out here, guys, kung makikita nyo, this is sine 2 theta and we have here tangent. Now, ang gagawin ko, guys, I know that tangent is equal to sine over cosine. So, I can make this as sin theta over cosine theta. Ngayon, itong sin 2 theta ko, I know that in the trigonometric identities, sin double theta is equal yan to 2 sin theta cosine theta. Now, I'll just cancel out things. Ilalagay ko lang to sa numerator para mas magandang tignan. This would be, i-reciprocal natin siya. So, basically, this is over 1. I-reciprocal para maging multiplication, maging 1 over 2 sin theta cosine theta. Ngayon, I can now cancel sin theta and sin theta. So, yung matitira dito, guys, is 1 over 2 cosine squared theta. Alright. So, basically, we can now evaluate for the value of theta. No? Because, if we evaluate that, that's 1 over 2 cosine squared of 0. Cosine 0, guys, is equal to 1. So, that's 2 times 1. 1 square is 2. So, that's 1/2. Basically, ang sagot natin, guys, ay 1/2. Pero it doesn't mean that this is the only solution. There are a lot of solutions na pwede nating gawin dito. So let's try to solve this problem using that theorem na sinasabi natin, yung, what do you call that? Yung ganito. So let's try solving that. So there is no, hindi lang iisa yung solution for these types of problem. Basically, because when you're talking with identities, ang daming identities yung pwedeng i-apply dito, guys. So let's try solving the limit of this without using naman yung theorem natin kanina. Alright? So dito again, I will papalitan ko to ng sin theta over cosine theta. Ngayon, itong denominator ko, which is sin double theta, hindi ko na yan papalitan, guys. So yan, magiging sin double theta. Alright, yung gagawin ko, ilalagay ko to sa numerator. Since this is over 1, magiging sin over cosine theta yan, guys, times, i-reciprocal ko lang to, 1 over sin 2 theta. Alright, guys. Ang rule ng ito, dapat same yung andito tsaka andito. Now, balik tayo dito. Paano ko gagawing exactly the same yung andito tsaka yung andito sa baba? We know na pwede natin tong paghiwa-hiwalayin kasi they are just factors, di ba? So, yung gagawin ko dito, guys, ihiwalay ko. Yung matitira dito would be sin theta over 1 times 1 over sin 2 theta. Ngayon, guys, yung gagawin ko, itong cosine, hindi yan mawawala. Nilagay ko lang dyan. Paghihiwalayin ko lang sila para mas ma-visualize nyo paano yung gagawin natin. So, basically, kapag pinag-multiply mo lahat yan, babalik ka rin dyan. What I just did was to separate them para mas madaling ma-visualize. Now, usually, yung ginagawa natin to put in things, to manipulate some things here na hindi mali, na hindi nababagong equation is to multiply it by 1, di ba? Guys, theta over theta is equal to 1. So, basically, kapag i-multiply ko siya dito, walang mangyayari. Wala akong nilabag na rules, hindi ko pinalitan yung equation. So, mag-multiply ako dyan ng theta over theta. Ngayon, guys, ililipat ko na lang yung theta dito sa dito sa sin theta para mag-equal yung dalawa. Gets? Para ma-assume ko na they are equal to 1. So, tatanggalin muna natin to. And ilalagay ko siya dito. So, 1 times theta is equal to theta. So, ito, matitira lang dito sa baba is 1. Ngayon, next problem ko, dito naman, dapat, para ma-complete natin yung theorem, maglalagay din ako ng 2 theta sa taas nito. So, what I need to do is to multiply 2 theta over 2 theta out here. This is basically equal to 1, kaya walang problema yun, guys. Pero, gusto kong ilipat yung itong 2 theta dito sa kabila. Dito, that's okay, guys, because this is factoring naman. Fina-factor out natin siya. Okay lang na ilipat natin siya dito, guys. So, ililipat ko yung ito. Alisin lang muna natin siya. Ito, pupunta dito, 2 theta. Ngayon, yung matitira sa taas is only 1. Now, simplify natin. Sin theta over theta, that's equal to 1. Kasi nga, dahil sa theorem na yon. Next, times 2 theta over sin theta, again, that's basically equal to 1. Kasi nga, basing sa theorem natin dito, di ba? They have equal arguments. 2 theta, 2 theta. Next, dito naman tayo, guys. 1 over cosine theta. Diyan, guys, wala pa muna tayong magagawa, no? Next, times theta over 1, that's theta, and 1 over 2 theta, ilagay ko lang dito sa baba niya, 2 theta. Parang pinag-multiply ko lang. Alright? Kung mapapansin nyo, guys, itong theta over 2 theta, pwede ko na makancel yung theta, diba? So, cancel out natin yan. So, evaluate na natin kung ano yung mga natira. 1 times 1, it's 1. Times dito, that's 1. Tapos sa baba naman, cosine theta times 2 is equals to 2 cosine theta. Now, since na-evaluate na natin siya, pwede natin i-substitute yung value ng theta, which is 0. So, that would be equal to 1 over 2 cosine 0. And we know that cosine 0, guys, is equal to 1, di ba? So, cosine 0, sorry, this is 0, guys. Cosine 0 is 1, so 2 times 1 is 2, so 1 over 2. This is our final answer, which is exactly the same dito. So, there are a lot of different ways how to solve limits of trigonometric functions, guys. And it depends upon you kung saan ka mas comfortable gawin. And again, essential to kasi may mga problems na ito lang talaga yung pwedeng gamitin mo. Alright, so don't forget this thing. Alright, let's try more problems para mas maintindihan natin. Dito naman tayo, guys. Limit of 1 minus cosine y over sine squared y. Again, sabi ko nga, let's prove first that this is indeterminate before we gonna manipulate some things out here. So we have 1 minus cosine 0 and sine squared of 0. So, wait, this is sine 0 squared. Same lang yun, guys. So we have 1 minus cosine 0, guys. Cosine 0 is equal to 1. And we have sine 0. Sine 0, guys, is equals to 0. And 0 square is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0 over 0. Basically, we call them indeterminate. Indeterminate, ibig sabihin, kailangan nating i-manipulate itong ating nasa taas so we can find for the limit. So, how do we do that? This is sine squared y. Guys, do you remember the Pythagorean theorem? Again, we need the identities out here. Pythagorean theorem, that's sine squared plus cosine squared is equal yan, guys, sa 1. Now, para makuha ko yung value ng sine squared, dalhin ko lang yung cosine squared sa kabila. So, magiging negative cosine squared. So, basically, pwede kong gamitin yung identity na to dito sa ating sinosolve na problem. So, sa numerator, that will remain as 1 cosine y. Pero yung sine squared y, mapapalitan siya ng 1 minus cosine squared y. So, that's 1 minus cosine squared y. Now, the next thing to do here, guys, is to cancel out things. Pero hindi ko siya makakancel kasi iba naman yung cosine squared to, cosine yon. Pero kung makikita nyo, yung nasa denominator natin, pwede natin siyang gawin na difference of two squares. So, pwede natin siyang i-factor out as 1 minus cosine y times 1 plus cosine y. Because when you're gonna multiply these two things, it will yield to that. So, parang finactor out lang natin para makapag-cancel out tayo. So, that's 1 minus cosine y. Now, take a look. Pwede na tayo makapag-cancel. I can cancel out this and cancel out this. So, what's left? That's 1 over 1 plus cosine y. Now pwede na tayong mag-evaluate. I-substitute na natin yung value na 0. So, that's 1 plus cosine 0. Ay, joke lang. Di yan y. Cosine 0. And that's 1. 1 plus cosine 0, guys. That's equal to 1. 1 plus 1 is 1/2. So, basically, this is our final answer, guys. 1/2. Alright? Tama. Alright, let's try solving more problems. This problem naman, guys, sabi dito, sin x times sin 2x over 1 minus cosine x. Alright? Again, para sa more definitive solution, charot, kailangan nating i-prove na indeterminate ulit to. Pero at most cases naman, guys, hindi magbibigay ng tanong yung libro kung hindi indeterminate. Charot. Siguro lang sa tingin ko kasi parang lahat naman indeterminate eh. But we just need to prove them para sure, di ba? Kasi may mga akala tayo na mali pala, mga maling akala. Ganon. So, solve natin. Substitute natin yung 0 sa mga x. Sin 0 times sin 0 kasi 2 times 0 is 0. It's the same. Over 1 minus cosine 0. Sin 0 is 0. Sin 0 is 0. 1 minus cosine 0, guys, is equal yan sa 1. 0 times 0, 0. Excuse me. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, proven. It's indeterminate. Now, we need to do something out here para ma-solve natin yung limit. Alright? So, we need to manipulate. So, it really needs, wala siyang definite na formula kung paano masosolve yung mga ganito, guys. Pwedeng trial and error. And pwede rin naman na, it really needs mastery of the trigonometric identities. Kasi once na may nakita kang butas, pwede kang mag-substitute doon ng something na pwede mong magamit. Alright? Pero dito, guys, napansin ko na meron akong sine, napansin ko na meron ako ditong sine tsaka sine. Oo, di ba? Now, pwede kong gamitin yung identity ko dito. So, what I need to do, guys, okay? Disclaimer ulit, hindi lang ito yung nag-isang solution. Ang daming solution po nito. So, I will just show one for you, guys. So, gagawin ko ulit dito, ifa-factor out ko ulit sila in different terms para makita nyo kung paano kung ano yung mga nangyari. So basically, iiwan ko muna sa baba yung 1 minus cosine x. Itong sin x, isi-separate ko siya. Over 1 yan. Itong sin 2x, isi-separate ko rin yan. Over 1. Kaya kapag pinag-multiply nyo lahat to, it will just like be the same. So nothing else. Wala naman tayong nilabag or ginawang masama. 'Di ba? So ngayon, sabi ko nga, dapat makalagay tayo sa denominator ng mga to ng exact sa argument ng sign. So dito, dapat may x. Dito, dapat may 2x. Now, para gawin yon, mag-multiply tayo ng variable na equal sa 1. So, para dito, mag-multiply ako ng x over x. Basically, yung x na to, ililipat ko lang dito. Magiging ganon. So, over 1 na yon. Ngayon, meron akong 2x dito. Mag-multiply ako ng 2x over 2x. Itong 2x, pupunta doon para maging equal sila. So, tatanggalin ko yung 2x na yon. Pupunta na siya doon. So, that's equal to 1. So, basically, guys, if I will evaluate this, magka-cancel ko yung mga to. So, let's evaluate it. 1 minus cosine x. This is equal to 1. Times, this is also equal to 1. Times ito, x times 2x is equal to 2x squared. Now, simplify ulit natin to. Lahat ng numerator ipag-multiply. That will be equal to 2x squared over 1 minus cosine x. Ngayon, try natin i-substitute yung 0 kung ano mangyayari. 2 times 0 squared over 1 minus cosine 0. That's 0 squared is 0 times 2. That's 0. 1 minus cosine 0 is 1. 1 minus 1, 0 over 0. Problema na naman. Indeterminate siya, guys. So, basically, ito, yung final answer natin dito, kailangan pa natin yung baguhin. No? So, what else thing can we do here, guys? Kung mapapansin nyo, sa baba ulit, we can multiply it with its conjugate para maging, what do you call this? Para maging sine squared siya, di ba, guys? Yung kanina, saan yun? Ito. Gagawin natin siya into this form. Di ba, meron na tayong 1 minus cosine. Gagawin lang natin siyang 1 minus cosine squared para makuha natin yung sine squared. Para magamit ulit natin to. Nakakalito, no? Okay, nakakalito talaga. But, it really needs practice, guys. Okay. So, ngayon, mag-multiply ako ng conjugate. 1 minus cosine x over 1 plus, joke lang, plus pala yun, cosine x. Ito, guys, this is also equal to 1. Kaya, basically, okay lang yan. Wala tayong nilalabag na batas. So, let's multiply this. Sa numerator, kahit huwag na muna nating i-distribute. Okay? Sa denominator, yung magiging result niyan is 1 minus cosine squared x kasi that's numerator, that's the first term is squared and the second term is squared and yung ating sign sa gitna is always negative. Pero guys, itong denominator ko, this is equal to the trigonometric identity which is sine squared x. At itong numerator ko, walang nagbago. 2x squared times 1 plus cosine x. Now, take a look, guys. Pwede na ngayon, the next thing to do here, guys, is isi-simplify ulit natin yung what do you call this? Yung identity dito. Kasi, guys, when we substitute 0 here, sine 0 is 0. So, magiging 0 ulit yan. Indeterminate, hindi pa pwede. Pero, pwede po ulit natin gamitin yung theorem na to. Alright? As x approaches 0. So, what will we do here, guys? Katulad ng ginawa natin dito, I will separate them para makita nyo yung mga kaganapan. So, itong sine squared x, that's the same as sine x times sine x. So, paghihiwalayin ko yan, guys. So, magiging sine x times sine x. 2x squared, guys, that's the same as 2 times x. Tama? So, ngayon, para mag-equal yung value ng argument dito, tsaka na yung nasa taas, i-distribute ko lang. X. So, wala na to. So, meron na lang natira na 2. So, yung natira na lang dito is 2 times 1 plus cosine x. Alright? So, ngayon, evaluate natin to. X over sine x, that's 1. X over sine x, that's 1. Times 2, 1 plus cosine x. Ngayon, pwede na natin itong evaluate. Ito, 1 times 1 times 2, that's 2. 1 plus cosine, substitute na natin yung 0 sa x natin. So, cosine 0, that's 2. 1 plus cosine 0, guys, is equal yan sa 1. So, 1 plus 1, that's equal to 2. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So, 4 is the limit of this function, guys. Kung mapapansin nyo, mahaba-haba talaga. Pero, as you are practicing, you will get better and better with this kind of problems. Now, inulit ko, disclaimer nga, hindi lang to yung only solution. You can have multiple solutions out of this. Kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong sine double theta. You can use the double theta identities para ma-solve to. Yeah, and it's very madami-dami. Alright? So, next problem. Let's try another. Ito naman, limit as x approaches 0. So, we have sine cube of x over sine minus tan x. Again, i-prove muna natin na indeterminate yan para sure. Alright. So, sine cube of 0 over sine 0 minus tangent 0. Sine 0, guys, is 0. Sine 0 is 0. Minus tangent 0 is, teka lang, tangent 0, tangent opposite over adjacent. Oh, so, that's 0. 0 over 0. Okay. That's sure. Indeterminate na yan, guys. Ngayon, kailangan ulit natin itong i-manipulate para mahanap natin yung limit. Alright, guys. So, paano nga ba natin ito solve? Basically, guys, kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong sine cube of x. Yung una kong gagawin, guys, is to find a way na ma-eliminate ko muna to kasi alam ko naman na pwede ko tong ma-factor out and magawa ko yung ginagawa natin dito, di ba, guys? So, I'll go back to that number. So, yung gagawin ko, separate ko muna yung sine 3x. So, magiging sine x times sine x times sine x. Ngayon, guys, mag-multiply ako ng variable na equal to 1 para magawa ko tong lahat yan equal sa 1. So, magiging yung i-multiply ko is x cubed, di ba? Kasi x times x times x is equal to x cubed, tama? So, this is equal to 1. Ngayon, tig-iisahin ko siyang i-distribute dito over x, over x, over x. So, finally, I can erase these things. Now, let's move on. Ito, don't forget yung nasa denominator, guys, no? So, yan, magiging sine x minus tangent x. That's 1. So, ito magiging 1 times 1 times 1. Basically, that's 1. So, ang simplified version will be x cubed over sine x minus tangent x. So, evaluate natin ngayon anong value ng, ano nga ba yung value ng mga to. Kapag in-evaluate natin yan, in-input natin yung 0, wala pa rin kasi sine x, guys, is 0. Tangent x is 0. 0 minus 0, 0. So, we have in indeterminate form. Hindi pa rin pwede. So, we need to do something out here. Itong tangent, guys, papalitan ko siya ng sine over cosine based on the quotient rule. So, let me just erase tangent x. Papalitan natin yan ng minus sine x over cosine x. That's basing from the quotient rule. So, ngayon, I will subtract them out, get the LCD common denominator. That's just cosine x kasi multiplying the denominators, we have cosine x. Then cross multiply, I will have sine x, cosine x, minus sine x. And sa taas, meron tayong x cubed. Now, ilalagay ko to sa numerator. Just get the reciprocal and that will do. X cubed times cosine x over sine x, cosine x minus sine x. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, guys, dito sa ating denominator, they have a common factor which is sine. So, I will, ilalabas ko yung, what do you call this, common factor na sine. So, yung matit sa numerator, we still have x cubed times cosine x. Ilalabas ko yung sine. That will be sine x times cosine x, magiging negative 1 na minus 1. Ngayon, pwede ko nang i-simplify yung ito, guys. Kasi x cubed is equals to x times x squared, diba? So, ilalabas ko lang yung x para partner nito, para makancel ko yung sin x. So, magiging x over sin x. Yung matitira would be x squared times cosine x over cosine x minus 1. So, ito, cancelled out na yan. That's concluded na equal to 1 na yan basing on our theorem. Now, dito guys, kapag isa-substitute ko na yung value na 0 dito, cosine 0 is 1, 1 minus 1, hindi pa rin pwede. So, we need to do something else. Now, if you can remember, we have the identity, sine squared x is equal to 1 minus cosine squared x. Pero yung naka-negative dito is yung cosine, dito yung naka-negative is yung negative 1. So, basically, ilalabas ko na lang yung negative number dito. Parang ifa-factor out ko yung negative number. So, that's x squared times cosine x. Ilalabas ko yung negative number. So, that's negative. So, magiging ito 1 minus cosine x. Yung cosine x naman na yung naging negative. Now, i-multiply ko na ngayon dito yung conjugate nito para magawa ko siyang sine squared x. Bakit ko siya ginagawang sine? Basically, ulit, we have this theorem na very essential para ma-solve natin yung problem. So, substituting, i-multiply ko yung conjugate. 1 plus cosine x. I'll make some space over here. Now, yung dalawang to, when I multiply that, it will become sine squared of x kasi magiging squared to, di ba? So, sa numerator, that's x squared times cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. Sa numerator, that's negative sine squared of x. Kasi nga, naging ganon. So, next thing to do here guys, meron na tayong sine tsaka yung x squared. Pwede ko na ulit gamitin yung ating theorem na to. So, going back in here, pwede ko siyang i-factor out. That's x times x. Sa baba nila, you have sine squared x. Parang dalawa yun na sine x times sine x. So, ito magiging 1, magiging 1. So, sa taas, natira naman yung, wait, that's not equals. Sorry, that's times. Times pa rin yun. Times cosine x times 1 plus cosine x over negative 1. Don't forget, may negative 1 pa tayo doon. So, ito, cancelled out, cancelled out. Now, pwede ko nang substitute dito yung 0. So, pag sinubstitute yung 0, cosine 0 is equal to 1 times 1 plus cosine 0 is 1 over negative 1. So, we have the answer 1 times 1 plus 1, that's 2 over negative 1. That's 2 over negative 1. This is equal to negative 2. So, negative 2 is the answer of this limit. Yes, guys, mahaba siya. If you have some shorter solution, again, disclaimer, marami pong pwedeng solution. Baka may mas shorter solution pa kayo dito. And that would do. Alright, so mastery is really needed. Okay, let's try this another problem. Number 34, page 18. So, limit as x approaches 0. Again, let's prove that this is indeterminate. Yeah, so we have x of cosecant of 3x, x of cosecant of 3x, and we know that x is 0 and times cosecant of 3x, alright? That's cosecant of 0, cosecant of 0, and cosecant of 0, guys, is equal to this is the inverse of cosecant is the inverse of sine, tama? Yeah, tama. Inverse of sine. So basically sine 0 is 0. So this is 1 over 0. 0 times 1 is 0 over 0. This is called indeterminate form. Now, ano na ngayon yung gagawin natin para hindi siya maging indeterminate form? We need to do some things over here para hindi siya maging indeterminate form. Now, cosecant is the same as 1 over sine. Tama ba? Because it's reciprocal identity. So, I will do that. X is equals x over sine of 3x. Bakit sine of 3x? Kasi nga guys, cosecant is the same as 1 over sine. Parang dinala ko lang siya sa, ginawa ko siyang reciprocal identity. Dapat kasama pa rin yung 3x kasi yun yung argument niya. Ngayon, para maging 3x din yung sa taas, I will just multiply 3 times 3. So, 3 times x, that's 3x. And I will have sine 3x over here. This will be equal to 1 over 3 kasi nawala na yung 3. Nilipat ko lang doon. This would be equal to 1 times 1 over 3. I have the answer 1/3. So basically, the answer of this limit is 1/3. We have here 1 minus cosine 4x and 1 minus cosine 2x. Again, it's the same process. We solved and proved that it's indeterminate kahit alam naman natin indeterminate. It's just to prove. So we have 1 minus cosine 0 over 1 minus cosine 0. Cosine 0, guys, is 1. So 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, it's 0 over 0 is indeterminate form, guys. Now, anong kailangan natin gawin dito para, what do you call that? Para maging, ano siya? Para maging okay, 'di ba? Para maging para mahanap natin yung limit. Okay. Guys, kung mapapansin niyo, wala na tayong pwedeng gawing mai-input na identity, 'di ba? Wala tayong pwedeng ma-factor out. So yung gagawin ko na lang, i-multiply ko na lang ulit dito yung mga conjugates nila. Conjugates para I will use again the identity sine squared x is equals to 1 minus cosine squared x. Alright? So, para makuha ko to, since hindi pa sila naka-square, i-multiply ko sila sa kanilang mga conjugates. So, I'll start first with 1 minus cosine 4x. Ito, i-multiply ko siya sa 1 plus cosine 4x over 1 plus cosine 4x. Ngayon, itong nasa baba naman, that's 1 over 1 minus cosine 2x. Take note, guys, 4x, hindi mo yan pwedeng i-mix sa 2x. Magkaiba yun. Times 1 plus cosine 2x over 1 plus cosine 2x. Okay, guys? Okay, guys. So, yung dalawang to and yung dalawang to, they will form a difference of two squares. So, basically, we have here 1 minus cosine of 4x squared na yon over 1 plus cosine of 4x. Dito naman sa kabila, we have 1 plus cosine 2 of 2x and cosine 2x over 1 minus cosine squared 2x. So, itong 1 minus cosine squared, yung dalawang to, I will now convert them into this form para maging sine sila. So, ito magiging sine squared of 4x over 1 plus cosine 4x times 1 plus cosine 2x over ito magiging sine squared of 2x. Now, since meron na ulit ako tong mga squared Churvanels, pwede ko na ulit magawa yung dating ginagawa ko dito para mangyari yung gantong process. That's okay. So, let's do that, guys. We have here pagse-separate ko ulit sila para makita nyo kung paano nagawa. Tapos, that's over 1 times 1 over sine squared of 2x times yung dalawang to. I will just put them into 1. 1 minus cosine 2x over 1 plus cosine 4x. Alright, guys. So, ngayon, mag-multiply ako ngayon ng value na equal sa 1 para ano tawag dito? Para ma-simplify ito. Pero, take note, guys, naka-square pa yung mga yon. And hindi dapat yan naka-square kasi nga 'di ba sabi natin sine lang, hindi yan sine squared. So dapat sine lang. So para gawin 'yon, i-factor out ulit natin 'yan. Mahabang factoring to, guys. So ito that will just be the same as sine 4x times sine 4x. Ito 1 over sine 2x times 1 over sine 2x. O 'di ba? After that, this time, mag-multiply na ako ngayon ng mga ilalagay ko dito. So, I will multiply 4x over 4x. Ngayon, yung 4x na to, lilipat dito. That's over 4x. Alright? So, matatanggal yun. So, this will just be equal to 1. Again, another 4x over 4x. Yung 4x, ilalagay ko na lang dito. Next, dito naman sa taas, that will be equal to 2x, ito magiging 2x to. Maglalagay ako lang 1 over 2x. Same here, magiging 2x to. maglalagay ako ng 1 over 2x. So, para yung lahat ng to, maging 1 lahat yan, makancel out na yan. Ngayon, I have these terms. So, 4x times 4x is 16x squared. Ito naman, 2x times 2x is 4x squared. I can cancel the x squareds already. So, that's 16 over 4. That's equal to 4. Huwag natin kalimutan na meron pa to, guys. So, we have 1 plus cosine 2x over 1 plus cosine 4x. Now, this time, pwede ko nang ilagay yung limit as x approaches 0. Substitute 0 to your x, you will have cosine 0 and cosine 0. So, that's 4. 1 plus cosine 0 is 1. 1 plus cosine 0 is 1. So, 1 plus 1, we have the answer 4. 2 over 2, that's equal to 4 times 1. The limit is equal to 4. Yun. So, it's a long process, guys. Kailangan gawing detailed yung solution para ma-prove natin. Pero kung if you want the shortcut way, then yeah, you can do it, guys. So, yeah. So, we have here problems number 37, page 18, and problems number 38, guys. When I was trying to solve this problem, guys, I find it difficult. Hindi ko siya na-solve until I got to another formula that we call the L'Hopital's rule. The L'Hopital's rule, I don't know how to call it. Basta, something sounds like that. L'Hopital's rule. Para ma-solve to, guys, we need to use derivatives, guys. Alright? So, I made videos for derivatives. So, I will tackle how to solve this problem, guys, using the concept of derivatives, which we know as the L'Hopital's rule, para hindi mag-merge yung knowledge dito. So, check it out to my next video kung paano natin ito masosolve gamit yung L'Hopital's rule. Kasi, I was trying to solve this using identities, using everything I know, and I can't. Siguro, if you have some, siguro di ko alam, pero baka may nakasolve po sa inyo, please comment down below, guys. Let's help each other and try to solve number 37 and number 38. But if not, you could try to check out my next video. It's L'Hopital's rule and the derivatives of polynomial functions and trigonometric functions. That's an easier way to solve limits na hindi nyo mas-solve. Alright? So that's it, mga bees. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you. Bye-bye, mga bees.